Ladies and gentlemen, it is January 4th, 2021.
Episode 15. What's up, everyone? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Man, we got weekly challenge updates coming.
We got table updates.
We got Packer Talk.
We got a joke of the week.
And, of course, we always start with that
Beer of the Week.
Thank you for tuning in. I know your time is valuable. There's thousands of other podcasts that you could have settled for, but now you're just vibing with two goofy dudes from Wisconsin who like to discuss the problems and figure out ways to solve them, and challenge the listeners to get up out of their comfort zone. Try some shit they ain't done before. This is Hold Us Accountable.
Hold us accountable.
Yeah, this is Hold Us
2021.
Accountable.
Episode 15.
Yeah, this is Hold Us Accountable.
Episode 15.
Episode 15, motherfucker.
It is Hold Us Accountable.
Hold Us Accountable.
Max, happy fucking New Year, my man.
2021.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
We made it. We made it.
2020 is in the books.
In the books. In the books.
Oh, man, and we got a whole new year,
Whole
dude.
new year, man.
God damn.
Excited for the show. Excited just to be here.
My
Excited.
blood is like flowing being back in the studio.
Feels
man.
weird. We had a couple weeks off. Not really our choice. Just
Holidays.
it's holidays, life.
I was out in Sin City.
Yeah, you were out in Sin City praying to God.
Oh, yeah, I went there to go to church. You know what you got to do out in Vegas.
Yeah, isn't that what you do out there? You go, there's like a big church. Everyone goes, prays.
I think someone put a Jesus sticker above the slot machine I was playing at. So,
Oh, perfect.
You know what I mean?
Got there.
Won
You just
$100.
Say Hail Mary and you're good to go.
I must have, dude, because for the first time in my history
some
going
money.
to Vegas, I won money and wasn't hungover every day I was out there.
Whoa.
So I don't know what the fuck happened.
Man.
But
Cool.
goddamn.
Good for you.
Hey,
Way to go.
welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate everyone who's listening, all the feedback and support and love. We appreciate it. As usual, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, go ahead, give us a review. Give us however many stars you want to give us. But most importantly, just give us a little comment what you think of the show. Anything, really, but just a comment helps. For some reason, Apple Podcast kind of spreads the word of the show on their app based on comments. So if you are giving us a review, also give us a little comment. That'd be super appreciated.
Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We're been a little slow through the holiday season, but we'll have it packed full of anything we're fucking doing.
And thanks to our buddy Decker Pellinari for
Shout out
the
Decker
intro
Pellinari,
music.
man. Hell yeah.
Find him on Facebook, Instagram. The links for his stuff will be in the show description. So check that out. Again, thanks, Decker. You the man.
You are the man, and I think probably going to get some new stuff from Decker. He said we put in some requests, but through the holiday season, he had some shit to take care of. So stay tuned for some new Decker tune.
Yeah, we got some new tunes coming in.
Ooh,
It's going to be
man.
fun. 2021, man. We have a lot of just fun things that we want to do, and things for the
Gold,
show, things for the studio.
Things for ourselves,
Things for
for you
ourselves.
guys.
Yeah. So
We got a lot of beer to drink in these next 365 days, ladies and gentlemen.
can't wait.
Might as
Can't
well start
wait.
it off now.
Should we get her going?
I'm fucking
get her
thirsty, guy. Hey,
going.
happy New Year's, everybody. Cheers to you guys. Let's drink some fucking beer. Max, pull me some of that shit up. It's 2021, buddy. We're gonna get drunk tonight.
Yeah.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
I want a motherfucking
Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! And so
Hey. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very excited to get back to this. Dude, I have a beer of the week.
Beer of the week's getting away from you over here.
It is getting a
boy.
little fizzy. Good thing I got a koozie underneath it. Ladies and gentlemen, beer of the week, the first 2021 beer of the week is Pearl Street Breweries. Max, give me the name.
Linalool.
Linalool. That's what we decided the pronunciation is.
Linalool.
And it
Linalool.
is a groovy looking bottle.
Oh, super cool. It's got like a wolf like howling out like,
Linalool.
and then it's like
Just a bunch
paisley, like crazy paisley designs, but they're a little funkier than paisley.
of little hop buds.
Right,
in
yeah,
there.
all sorts of cool little designs. So super cool bottle. That's what struck our eye. It's good beer, man. It's good.
Yeah, give me a cheers before we tell everybody what we're rating off of.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers to 2021 HUA style.
Yeah, so
Holy shit, that's a fizzy.
yeah, it's very fizzy.
Wowzers. Ugh.
Yeah, so let's see this week since the NFL season has come to a conclusion and the almighty Packers finishing at 13-3. What a great record season. I mean,
But what seed did we clinch?
oh, what was it? Did we clinch
I think
I
that,
think it was the number 1 seed.
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, the Green Bay Packers with the first seed.
And home field advantage
God
throughout.
damn.
I mean, it sucks that no fans in the stands, but
But what a fucking way to
but
start
we'll
the year.
take it. What a way to do it, to beat the Bears.
Oh,
the
yes.
only way it could have been better is if we won, the Bears were eliminated. You know,
Yeah.
that could have been the only way to make it better.
Good
but-
luck to them against the Saints.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, hey,
I will-
You just got to get into the dance, man.
That is an honest good luck, though. You know,
No, seriously.
That's a rivalry I respect dearly, and good luck.
Exactly. So yeah, it looks like since the season is over, great. Just a great season. Great
Hell yeah.
team all around. I think we could agree that this is just a fun team all around. So in lieu of just fun teams and just a good team, the Packers have going this year, we're gonna rate this beer based on just Packer teams.
Yep.
So the best beer would be, a Super Bowl winning year probably. So like 1995-6 season.
1961, 62.
Those are some of the top echelon teams in Packer history. If it's a really bad beer, then maybe it's like,
Some 80s team or
an
70s,
80s team, a 2000, like 15. No, 15 we were okay. When did we start going bad with McCarthy? What was that, 16?
Yeah, it was towards
2016?
yeah, his later years.
Yeah, and even some bad, Ray Rhodes had an 8.
Mike Sherman years
yeah,
too
Mike Sherman
weren't so
years.
hot.
So yeah, I mean we're going that way. It says this is a tasty beer. It's
That's a
not
good
too
beer.
bad.
It is. So this is Linalool Pearl Street Brewery, and while me and Max kind of figure out our ratings for it, I'm going to give you beautiful human beings of 2021 a little background. And I'll start with the background of the Pearl Street, the brewery itself. So meet the brew crew. Back in 1999, craft beers were revolutionizing America's beer culture. The same year, brewmaster Joe Ketchever founded Pearl Street Brewery with only a dream. In a 1984 Eagle wagon and a trailer packed with brewing equipment driven from Colorado to the heart of La Crosse. Where other place would you want to come to be a brewmaster than the great state of Wisconsin? And although Joe and his dad started in a small subterranean brew house on Pearl Street, the celebration and grand opening was enough to attract a mob of flavor-starved people and get Mayor Meddinger to tap the inaugural keg. So they had the mayor tap the keg. Pearl Street Brewery eventually expanded to the historic La Crosse footwear building on St. Andrew Street. We've come a long way. Today, Pearl Street beer can be found on tap in most restaurants and bars in the area and on shelves of retailers around the state, and now in Minnesota and Iowa. The one thing that hasn't changed over the years is a big commitment to making great beer, and a great beer this is, indeed. It is the only thing that still matters. It's simple. We're inspired by good beer. The crew behind the brew. What kind of people run a brewery? The dedicated kind, the fun kind, the do whatever it takes to get done kind. At Pearl Street Brewery, we attribute to the fine quality of our beers, to the fine quality men and women, and to the fine quality men and women who make it happen. stop in and get to know the people behind our favorite beers. And that is right from the old Pearl Street website. So, just reading their description on their website makes me want to go out to La Crosse and hang out at their brewery, man.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome.
It sounds...
La Crosse is a really cool area.
Yeah, bluffs beautiful,
hiking trails.
Hell yeah.
Definitely be an awesome spot to grab a beer, especially at a pretty cool brewery like Pearl Street. So
absolutely. And
definitely.
So that's a little bit behind the brewers of Linalool. It is an India Pale Ale brewed with Northern Discovery hops. Let me give you a little background on the beer we're sipping down tonight. The first 2021 beer of the week. So Linalool IPA, the only IPA brewed with Northern Discovery hops, featuring a golden yellow color and the unique aroma of lilac, pear, and bruised apple, which is a little confusing to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I'll go with it. And so this beer also imparts a pleasant bitterness. Unlike other hoppy beers, the aromatics will develop other time, becoming more pungent and changing form. You will be wild about it. And it's 6.8%.
Ooh.
So this is the Linalool Pearl Street Brewery India Pale Ale. So if you're listening to this and are curious, go out. We got it at Pick and Save. I'm not sure where else we can find it.
Yeah, no idea. But
no idea.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm not the biggest fan personally. Whoops. It's very fizzy.
Yeah, it keeps fizzing over. Not the biggest fan?
I'm really not. I don't like a very fizzy beer.
It's just like I
don't know if it's because it's not like cold enough or something, or.
Well, I got 2 in the freezer, so the next ones we'll figure out what's popping.
But
I like it. I don't think it's I don't consider it a bad beer.
No,
if it just keeps foaming over on me. I don't know if it's a user error or what, but might be.
Yeah, I've got a few ideas for a team that the Packer team I have in mind. But it might be a little harsh, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging into some Packers records here. But I have an idea, and it's probably like I said, a little harsh, but
I think I know. I think I do know. Oh yeah. Couple 2-3 more gulps of the old Tarskiano, and I roll. Man,
Tarskiano.
It's just like the energy this studio is bringing to me right now.
Yeah, we got the lights dimmed, man. We got the mood lights on.
We got the mood lights on. We're just enjoying our first episode of 2021, and I hope whoever is listening is enjoying your first couple days of 2021. Should be a good year. Just like 2020 was supposed to be, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know.
Hey,
one of the things, since we're on this New Year topic, one of these things that, I don't know if it's still a big thing, but like a lot of people were, 2020's over, moving on to 2021. It's like we still got the same problems just because the sun made one more rotation around the earth doesn't mean those problems that we had in 2021 went away. So let's keep the positivity and love and kindness spreading.
Yeah.
Just because it's 2021 doesn't mean that everything went away.
Yeah, and I think with a new year comes, we obviously, everybody's like, oh, can't wait for 2021. I'm done with this COVID shit. I'm done with all this, riots and racism and bullshit, where it's like, okay, well, that's still thriving.
Yeah.
All the bad shit's still there, but it's a new year, so maybe instead of just hoping for these things, we can work to make it a better fucking year than it was in 2020.
Yeah, let's find new ways to rise above our problems in this new year.
Come together and just accept the fact that problems just don't go away because it's not 2020 anymore.
Amen. And with that being said, I'm gonna give. I think I know already. I think I know what team I'm giving this.
All right.
It might be a little recency biased just because it was pretty recent. But man, I'm going with the 2018-2019 Packers, the team that got McCarthy fired.
Oh man,
This, because honestly, okay, this is a good, like, I can drink this beer, but I don't, like, if I see another Pearl Street Brewery, I'll probably pass.
Okay.
Just because I'm not super impressed.
It didn't get you all the way there.
It didn't get me going, oh man, I had this beer from Pearl Street. Dude, you gotta try this brewery out. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's any other IPA I've had, but extremely fizzy, and I'm not a big fizzy beer guy, so
I'm, where my pick's coming, I think it's right there, kind of in the same zone you are. So I'm gonna give this a 2011 Green Bay Packers.
Whoa!
That was our 15-1
season.
Oh yeah, and the reason I say this is because this beer, when we got it, I was hyped up about it. It got me all the way to the point of getting it and drinking it. It really fucking kicked ass in the visual aspect where I'm like, oh man, this beer is gonna just get me all the way there.
Looks
it's
pretty
be great, and I think it's a little harsh for me to say, where it's like once I got it, that was the end.
Didn't really
live
up.
But exactly what you said, where it's like, this probably won't buy more.
Right.
So it's like it's good enough to get me to maybe being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but stop me just before I got there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I actually really like your analogy for that. Like the package, the can or the bottle is great. The logo is awesome. The colors are really cool. Pearl Street Brewery, what a name for a brewery. Lina Lewell, interesting name for a beer, but it kind of jumps out at you, and then you try it, and you're just like, "Ow, that's not."
And it's not like it's not a
hoping.
dog shit beer. It's a 15-1 lose first round of the playoffs kind of beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and kind of to that, I mean, 2000 for mine, the 2018-2019, the previous year we were coming off a trip to the NFC Championship game. Yeah, we got trounced by the Falcons, but we were still expected to have a good team going into that year, and we just everything kind of looked pretty from the outside. Rodgers, we got a running game back. Because we had all those injuries, and Ripkowski was our running back in that.
The cow.
Yeah, in that Falcons NFC Championship game. So it's kind of the same things. Like everything looks good from the outside, and then kind of once push comes to shove, the leather hits the turf, the hops hit the lips. You're like,
yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about all this right now. So yeah, I think we're both kind of coming at it from the same.
Lina Lewell is. Refers to two anatomers of naturally occurring terpene alcohol found in many flowers and spice plants.
Huh.
So it's like a natural occurring alcohol found
in plants.
In plants and flowers, yes.
That's called Lina Lewell. Interesting.
Yeah, so that is the 2021 Beer of the Week.
Let me write these down.
Yeah,
quick.
write it down. Take one down.
Man, so we had the Pearl Street Brewing, Lina Lewell. Whoops, can't spell. Lina Lewell. We were doing teams, and I said 2018, 2019 Packers, and Carl said the 2011, 2012 Packers. Cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so a seemingly good beer, and a good beer to drink.
Maybe somebody else. Don't knock it till you try it. We have different taste buds than you guys, but.
Yeah, if someone really likes just a really fizzy, bubbly beer.
It's just...
it tastes like a quality IPA. It's just the fizziness, man. I can't get over it.
That's what wrecks it. Like, maybe these next, like, the colder ones,
Yeah, maybe later in the show we revise our ratings, but as of right now,
that's what we're going for.
and for some reason I feel like the colder it gets, the fizzier it'll get.
That's kind of what I thought too. Maybe that's why it was out in the warmth. I don't know. I don't like a warm beer anyway.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
we'll see. But
we got 2 more to figure it out, and even though it doesn't matter if I like it or not, I will be drinking these.
Oh yeah,
next
they'll
to
be
beer.
going down. It don't matter. So, hey man, beer of the week down.
2021 beer of the week.
First beer of the new year.
Lionel Lewis Pearl Street Brewery India Pale Ale. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a hell of a show for you. Let's keep it rolling.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
Pearl Street!
Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Little Lewis.
Stop!
Hey!
All right, man. All right.
Good to be back in the stew,
Oh, man,
drinking a brew with you.
Oh man, we got a lot to talk
We
about
got
today.
some talking to get to,
Oh,
huh?
grown man alive, don't you know, huh?
Oh, don't you know, 2021, we're
Geez,
here.
2020 back in. Here we go.
Oh yeah,
So, what did we say we were getting started with first after beer of the week? Were we going into our poems? Or,
Yeah.
All right.
So, to refresh everybody about when's the last time we recorded?
Maybe we should just do a quick little refresher
Yes, let's
recap on
refresh.
everything
Let's do
we've
a
done.
recapper.
So let's just quick recap here, just of the show in general. So this is hold us accountable, and we every month or so we're gonna be taking on a new activity or hobby, and we're gonna be talking about it, just kind of giving the lowdown on our experiences, what we think people can get out of it,
Things
and
we learned from it, things we want to improve or weren't too good at when we started.
Absolutely. And first month, it was basically podcasting. We wanted to get into it, but
Podcast 101.
yeah, we just kind of took a deep dive into the equipment we needed and just how to get started.
Just learning how to talk.
Yeah, learning how to talk, learning how to listen to yourself talk, and we're still getting there.
Yeah.
We're this is only our like third, fourth month doing this, so
Yeah.
by all means we're not pros. We are still novices, but that was basically our first month.
We're all lispy
We're
today.
all lispy. Jeez, Mike Tyson
Welcome
in the
to Hold Up
studio.
Accountable.
Patience, man. Let me smack you in the face real quick. No, so so we
Okay,
kind of
for
just did
us.
recorded some podcasts, like recording. We did some goofy episodes where we were just smashed the whole time. They didn't sound good, but we were having fun. So then we just kind of took it upon ourselves to kind of revise what we were doing and kind of fine tune it a little bit. And so we're getting there. But so then the second month we did jujitsu. That was a great time. And now we have moved on to woodworking. Carl has some background in woodworking, so he's using that experience to kind of help us make a table for our studio. So this is the month of the HUA table.
The months of the HUA table.
Months of the HUA table, but that's okay. We came. It was kind of our idea for the show was just we spend a month doing a thing, but I don't know if that wasn't like set in stone. Like once
Yeah.
the month is up, we just stop.
That was just kind of like what we...
I was like, let's give ourselves at least a month to do something.
Some things will take a month, some will take a couple, and as long as we follow through and finish and dedicate ourselves to what we're doing, that's the importance of what we're doing.
Exactly. So yeah, we want to give ourselves at least a month. In between the months, we like to do some little weekly challenges, but we've kind of found that they're just not entertaining, mainly for us.
Yeah, and we were slacking in a sense for like...
It was too easy to slack off.
Yeah.
Kind of. It was too easy to slack off. So we have a revised weekly challenge segment that we'll be introducing. a little bit later in the show. And these weekly challenges are just like fun stuff for us to do that we want to do, like write a poem or start doing some drawings or start painting or do 100 push-ups a day or 100 pull-ups a day.
Learn how to cook, do some yoga, learn how to surf.
Drink a different beer every night of the week.
Yeah.
So it kind of ranges from all over, but just fun stuff. Because prior to that, we were doing what? Like, I'm going to wake up at 5 and run and work out every morning.
Yeah.
And then
we're giving up coffee for a week, which was like...
That actually wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad, but like things where it was like dreadful in a sense.
Exactly.
Where it was good for us, but it was like we're putting there... It just
a little too much too fast.
Yeah.
I think maybe eventually we can get to that point, but it was too much too fast.
And I think we can figure out a way to challenge ourselves in those same ways, but like in a better, more interesting manner, I guess.
And even productive way, too. So this whole show is just kind of a work in progress. And if you're first listening to the show, we're just kind of workshopping things to better ourselves. And at the end of the day, we hope that maybe just two goofballs who don't know what they're doing, we don't know how to talk, we don't know the proper way to be entertaining.
We're just some goofy assholes from Wisconsin.
But we're just getting out there, and we want to try things and encourage people to try things because, like right now it seems like it's such a gloom and doom time, but, there's still fun things people can be out doing, and, we just hope that maybe we can lift some people up to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that, I think that like became one of the main factors of the show, and it's something we're running with.
Oh, for sure. Because in the beginning, it was almost the opposite, where you're just like, I don't care, we're doing this for ourselves, and if people listen and want to do it with us, cool. But now it's like, no, actually, this could be cool for everyone to try, or just see if they're interested in checking this out and going along this journey with us. But so that's kind of the show. So right now we're working on this table. And so last week we set a weekly challenge, or I should say probably 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We set a weekly challenge, for each of us to just write a poem, just a simple little poem. Nothing crazy, nothing, it doesn't have to be pages long. We're not trying to write the Iliad or the Odyssey here.
Yeah.
We're just trying to write something fun, to get our minds off some things.
I ain't no fucking Shakespeare.
No, we ain't no two Bill Shakespeares over here.
I know.
So, we're just out here having fun, putting some lead to paper and just scribbling away here.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I can get her started.
You want to do her?
Let me get it. I'll get it started.
Hell yeah.
I'll get it started.
And this is a cool weekly challenge because it's not necessarily something that was like completely out of our comfort zone, but I've written not necessarily poetry, but I've written things, just never performed them in front of people or shared them in front of people.
Oh yeah. It is. There's something fun. I think you and I both kind of have this. There's something fun about creating, whether, whatever it is. If it's creating a poetry, it's putting words together, trying to make them fit to sound good, putting a piece of wood together to make it look nice and presentable. Creating things just kind of gets our juices pumping.
Yeah, and seeing them come to life is the best part for us, I think. So.
And we don't do it enough, and that's why
we're doing
these poems and drawing and painting and working on tables and woodworking. It's stuff that we feel like it's almost like we have to do almost, because if we don't, we just feel like bottled up.
Yeah.
But we don't do enough.
We're just journaling through podcasts over here, man.
Journaling through podcasts. All right, enough.
Max, let me hear you over there, Shakespeare.
All right, here's my poem. All right. Hey, all I gotta say is life can be crazy. It never stops turning. You walk down a road with no destination, no place to go. It never stops grinding. You soar, flying into open skies. A different world, a new goodbye. It never stops churning. You drift off, floating into outer space. Only for a moment, you thought it'd be okay. It never stops molding. You search for what you've lost. You head Your head down, never noticing the cost. It never stops hardening. You stare into a light so beautiful, it can't be real. Heart open, mind clear, soul ready to heal. It never stops softening. It never stops. Hey, there
Good
it is.
for you, buddy. That was
Thanks, man.
impressive.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Maybe we do have a Bill Shakespeare over yonder.
Hey, Billiam. How's it going?
William. Good for you, man. Well, mine's about
Oh, thanks.
40 seconds shorter than that.
Hey, it's all right.
La 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 la. All right. I call this one Around the Sun. Farewell, past. It's time you go. For the present has paved the path for the goals we have drove. The tunnel shows light, but our candle's still lit. Through this darkness we find the sins we've commit. With heads held high, humbled we roam. Around the sun once more on the New Year's road. Challenge of the week.
Oh, yeah. Nice. It's kind of funny. We both wrote poems about kind of the same things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What was your mindset when you were writing this? And what was it just whatever came to mind at the time? Did you have
there were pieces of it I had thought. So like some of the pieces that I previously put together was just something along the lines of just walking down the road, no destination, no place to go, soaring into, you go flying into open skies. But previously I had written like something like it's okay, like mama don't cry, went floating into outer space only for a moment, thought it'd be okay. So it was like those three things, and then I kind of split them up, and I had just the feeling of just life in general is bigger than any of us can really ever comprehend. So it's just like the churning, the moving, it never stops. It's just constantly molding people and churning them through and spitting them out, killing, like, it's just a constant movement. And along that constant movement, we find those little just things in our life, walking down a road, look at us go, we're trying something new, we've found love, we've found peace, anything like that, but all the while life is just in the background, not stopping.
Right on.
That was my thought going into it. What about you?
I think mine was like it was all just kind of a sense of this 2020 year and the chaos it brings. So starting, farewell past, it's time for you to go, for the present has paved the path for the goals we have drove. So I think through this year a big thing for people and the movements and everything, people have just been setting goals for this new year of 2021, how it's going to be so much better than all this chaos. And then the tunnel shows light, but our candles are still lit. And I was kind of saying, like, we a lot of people think, we're getting to that point, and we're getting past this, but, we're still in the darkness and still getting through this chaos, even though we think we're finding our way. And then through the darkness, we find the sins we've commit. So basically, the darkness is the year of 2021, and the hardship it's brought from, the police brutality and just the crazy movements and things, or the events that have kind of brought light to a lot of things that have always been there, but we've never really noticed.
Okay.
And then, so with heads held high, humbled we roam around the sun once more on the New Year's road. Basically, just we walking into this new year confident. one more year around the sun, and let's fucking ride the road out and try and make this year better, basically.
Hell yeah. Man.
Good for us.
Good for us,
When
man.
did we become so deep? Jesus
Golly.
fuck. Oh, man.
Put a pencil in our hand and a piece of paper in front of us.
A little more often.
We get all sappy.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
Criminy.
Oh, criminy crickets. Hey, I think this was probably the most successful weekly
That was
challenge
pretty good.
we've
We
ever
did-
done.
We
man.
both, we came in prepared, ready to go. We've thought about. We put
Thoughtful.
some thought to
Yeah.
behind it. Cared about it. I wrote one of those. So the last episode, I said a haiku, which is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, and like probably a few days after we said we were gonna write a poem, I wrote a haiku, and I went back and looked at it earlier, and was like, oh, I fucked up the whole syllable structure.
Yeah, I
So
remember you saying you were going to like follow a certain poem, like a haiku or something. And I'm like, I don't fucking know what any sort
Yeah.
of different poems are. I'm just going to make shit rhyme and make it thoughtful.
Yeah, so that's then what I did after. I was like, that haiku didn't work out so well. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I hate
Fun.
to take anything from my poem, but I wrote that poem while I was taking a shit. So
Hey,
you know,
nice.
that's it. But hey, I think everybody can agree that's a time when you can think the clearest.
Think
man.
the clearest. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of like the little few lines I was kind of first going off of was when I was walking my dog. You're just walking. You're just kind of mindlessly, filtering through thoughts, and then
Hell
when
yeah.
you're like, just kind of got a poem to write, these thoughts just come flying
I
through.
might write a little more poetry coming out. I don't know. That was
It's
cool.
fu-
That was fun.
It is fun to, especially when you can express yourself, and it doesn't really matter what someone else, if they say it's good or bad.
Yeah.
If you're like, well, this is how I was feeling, and I just wrote basically what I felt, and
Yeah.
it helped me get through the day, and I don't care. That's
It's the best.
pretty cool.
That's pretty damn cool
Pretty
right
cool.
there, man.
Yeah, so super cool. We did that, man.
Applaud to us for
Applaud to
our
us.
weekly poems.
I was good. One of our cousins was in here telling us how another cousin of ours had some pretty good poetry writing skills. So maybe we should reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to
Just maybe send us a little
send us something.
voiceover of
Yeah,
something.
yeah, and we can play it on the show.
We're coming for you.
Yep.
You know who you are.
Yeah. So
Maybe
we'll,
you don't, but
we'll reach out and see if we can get some more poetry on the show. If anyone out there is listening and has some poetry they want put out there into the world, let us know, and we'll definitely be able to either play it, play your recording of it, or just send it to us and we can read it for you, or send it to us and we'll just post it. However, get your word out there a little bit more.
absolutely. We're here
yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah,
man.
we come up with ideas, and then we want people to join in as well. So
absolutely we do.
So yeah, that was fun. I love the poem idea, and that kind of goes into what our new weekly challenges are going to be like.
Hell yeah.
Which is we're going to be playing a game of cribbage. We're going to do one hand each week.
One hand an episode.
One hand an episode. That's better way to put it. Thank you. One hand an episode. Who's ever leading, whoever has the most points. Because cribbage is basically a game to 121 points. Whoever gets to 121 points the fastest wins.
Yep.
So after each episode, whoever has the most points will get to roll dice. These dice are correlated with a HUA weekly challenge grid that we have. It's 6 across and 6 down. So we'll roll a dice. The first dice is for the across. The second dice is for down. So if you roll a 5 and a 4, we're going to go 5 across the grid, 4 down the grid, and then meet in the middle where those two intersect. And that intersection point will have a challenge correlated to it.
Hell yeah.
And so that will be the weekly challenge. And it's a fun thing. It's not something overly difficult. It's, writing a poem, start a drawing, start a painting, start working on some HUA art for the studio, just fun stuff like that.
Yeah. things to keep the mind flowing, things to keep us excited every week, and so.
Yeah, just fun, creative things more than there are some like workout things. Like do 100 pull-ups or 100 push-ups. Some.
But you also
like
have
that.
a loser bracket.
But yeah, so after we determine a winner, whoever gets to 121 points the fastest, once the game is over, there will then be another set of grids. This might get a little confusing with all the grids, but
pay attention, kids.
If you win, the winner between Carl and I will move on to the winning grid. The loser will move on to the losing grid. Okay? So now the confusing thing here is if you win, you roll the dice for the loser. The loser rolls the dice for the winner. So the loser gets to see the awesome thing they're rolling the dice for, and the winner gets to see the shitty thing they're rolling the dice for the other person.
So, like, winner's bracket would be like, take a brewery tour of one of our beers of the week.
Paid for by the loser. Or,
customize your own hold us accountable merch.
Yep.
And if probably paid for by the loser.
Yeah, anything like, or the loser has to buy, dinner, like a dinner for the week for a day of the week or something like that, or just some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then like the loser, if you lose, it's like you got to go completely stone cold sober for a week. No nicotine, no caffeine, no booze. No Tylenol.
If you booze, you lose.
No THC.
Yeah.
No nothing.
Or
survive in the old cabin for a week or for a weekend.
Or winner. The winner person brings in the hottest wings they can find, and the loser has to sit and eat those wings through the episode and.
Polar plunge.
Yep.
You have to wear a Bears jersey for a month, or each recording for a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff like that.
It's getting fun.
So okay, I forgot to also say. So just through the just playing the game and the normal weekly challenges, right? If you do not do your weekly challenge that week, you do not get dealt a hand that next week.
So you get no points.
So that just means it pushes you farther from winning the game and means you're that much closer to the loser bracket. And the loser bracket is going to kind of suck.
Yeah,
it's not going to be like haha, we lost. Like, it's going to be kind of like a challenging, mentally kind of tough bracket. Nothing like...
If I have to wear a Bears something for a month...
I've never worn a bear.
I've never worn anything but Packer gear and, like, Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah. The closest thing I put on was a shirt that was, like, blue and orange.
Yeah.
And it was, like, a Nike
shirt. And I
shirt
still avoid that.
Yeah, and I still was like, I don't really want to wear it. But, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be
I hate spicy food and having to eat, like... fucking habanero wings or ghost pepper powder wings or something, like... Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be. It just makes it a little more fun and like makes you like, all right, I'm doing my weekly shit, and that's kind of a big reason we came up with this is because we were finding ourselves, not following through with our shit, and that's a biggest part of our show is like, well, what's the point of us doing this if we're gonna show up and just not fucking have our stuff done, Right.
The show is called Hold Us Accountable.
Yeah,
it's not called Happy Fun Talk on Microphone Time.
So I think our 2021 goal is to hold ourselves accountable a little more. You know what I mean? We're here having fun, but we do want to bust down and make sure we're taking care of what we're telling you guys we're taking care of.
Yeah, and it's tough to kind of to come, happy fun microphone headset time, but when you get here and you're just like, wait, the show's called Hold Us Accountable, and I didn't do anything I said I was gonna do for the week.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I even on?
I feel
why am
phony.
I even doing this? And exactly. So we want to try to do it as genuine and as just real as we can.
Absolutely.
And do it our way, kind of. And we love cribbage. just card games,
Yeah.
that type of shit. So yeah, this will be cool. Should we get a little game, get a little hand going here?
Deal him up there, guy.
Get a hand going. All right.
Hell yeah. So this is the very first cribbage game. So probably in about 7 years, you guys will see who the winner is.
First, we're gonna have to cut for deal.
Oh yeah, so we're cutting. So we are starting cribbage game numero uno. Here, Max shuffling up the old cards, right? Meow.
What color you want to be? Red, green, or blue?
Green. God, it's exciting. Red. 2.
I got 2.
Oh. Do I do top card or bottom?
You just cut.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Hey. Sorry, guys. Hi. Max is...
Lower.
I played cribbage so many times in my life. Max still has to explain what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I made Max tell me the name of this beer of the week like 4 times before I got on the show so I could pronounce it right for the first time.
Well, it's a tough one.
Oh yeah, Lina Lul.
Lina Lul? How often do you hear that?
But we also learned a little something about what Lina Lul is today, so good for us. Good for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a fantastic New Year's. I hope you're setting some goals for yourself. I hope you're playing cribbage with a person close to you. You're challenging yourself. You're drinking a beer of the week.
All right. We got the cribbage board set up. I was low cut, so I get to deal first. So again, to recap, we were playing a game of cribbage. We're going to play 1 hand per episode. The winner of the episode, or the total points leader at the end of the hand, will get to roll dice. So we have 3 separate brackets. I'm doing a bad job explaining this.
No, actually, you're not.
So we have 3 separate brackets. The main bracket is our weekly challenge bracket, and that is just during the cribbage game. The other 2 brackets are the winning bracket and the losing bracket. At the complete end of the cribbage game, whoever loses is eligible for the loser bracket. Whoever wins is eligible for the winning bracket. The loser will roll dice for the winner to see what their
Weekly challenge.
No, to see what their celebration, to see what their trophy, their
Trophy event.
the award, see what their award will be. The winner gets to roll dice to see what the loser's award will be. If you do not complete your weekly challenge, you do not get dealt a hand for the next week of the show, meaning you will be farther behind in total points much faster than if you just do the challenge, you get your hand, and you're going to get points.
Hold yourself accountable.
I'm sorry, I keep
making noise over here.
Cribbage, there's 120 total pegs. The first one to 121 points wins, and they are eligible for the winner bracket. So let's get this first hand dealt. I am going to pop the microphone out and try to hold on to it while I deal here. I shouldn't have done that.
For a little background music, we'll play a little Decker Palinari while we're playing this game.
Yeah. Again, it's just one hand. It's just a quick one hand. Here we go. I'm going to start dealing.
Cabinets are empty, and I gotta pay the rent fee. Can anybody hear me? Dear 2020, please go fuck
All right. Oh shit. All right, so we're discarding for the crib right now. I have a height hand.
Feels like my soul is leaving my body right now. Slick with the MIDI keys, I'm about it right.
Shout out Decker Palinari. Background music for the 2021 first hand of the loser winner bracket cribbage board game. Woo!
All right, cut him.
Max got,
I flipped up a jack, so I get a point.
what's that called? Knobs. Knobs. Max got knobs.
All right. Let's start it up.
Yeah. 10.
10, 20.
30 for 3.
Yeah. Oh, I got you here, bud. 30 for 3, 31 for 2.
Good. Got it. Yeah. All right, I'll go 10.
14,
19.
22 for 3, and it goes 4. Oh, snap-a-lappa.
I got a little bit. I got 15-2, 15-4, 15-6, 15-8, and a run for 4 is 12.
Oh, nice hand there, buddy.
Not too shabby dabby. What do you got there, Maximilian?
Oh, I've got 15-2, 15-4, and a pair of 6. Not too bad. Oh, but then I get my crib.
Yeah, so Max gets the crib. Ah.
Oh, I think I got 0 in the crib. Shoots my boots. That ain't good. Yeah, I got 0.
Nice.
So, you're winning by.
K-Town pinner with
I got
2 points ahead.
Damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I win. Wait, do I deal too or what?
No, so now you'll deal next week.
Okay,
so
that's
keep,
what I
So
thought.
keep the cards by you, so we don't
Alright.
forget. So yeah, you are up right now. Carl is up. Carl's up 15 to 13.
15-13,
I got
K-Town.
0 points in my crib. That's doesn't happen too often.
That was a pretty good hand to get by me over there, though.
Yeah, that
12's eight.
was nice. That was nice.
Pretty nice.
All right, man. So you get to do the first inaugural dice roll to see what our weekly challenge is gonna be. Oh man, this is exciting, dude. We're gonna put the grid to the test here. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Before you do it, grab the dice. But let me get the grid up on the screen here, so we both can see.
Episode 15, first round of cribbage. I take the crown, motherfuckers. Woo!
You won the battle.
I won the battle,
You have not yet
not
won
the war. Oh, look at us thinking.
All right. Here we go. The grid is up. Do the honors.
6.
Oh wait, hold on. We should do one at a time.
One at a time. Let's redo. All right.
Working out the kinks.
5.
5. All right. So we're in this row here.
5 over and a 2.
Oh, we are cleaning up trash
Trash
in
it
a pot. All right.
All right,
We
we've
got-
done that. Let's do it again. Hey, you can never clean up too much trash, my man.
All right. So here we go. 1-4. Carl rolled a 5 and
A 2.
2.
And did you mark down the score?
Oh, good call. I was hoping you'd forget so I could
Yeah. Oh, come on
slowly
now.
steal a few points.
Come on now.
No, I would never do that.
Don't forget nothing. I don't forget nothing.
Okay, Carl, 15, Max, 13. All right. Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have to clean up.
Maybe we can like.
Dude, when you rolled a 5, I was like, oh, I bet you were cleaning up trash in the park again.
Okay, well, let's right now figure out what park we want to go to, guys. So
Right.
we did one part of Baird's Creek,
A little part of bears.
and we did a big HUA trash cleanse at Green Isle Park. Max, what is a park you would appreciate giving some love?
Well, I don't know how much, because it's a smaller park, but that'd be more like Astor Park first came to mind,
That was
just
my
because
first
it's
thought.
local. But in the winter, I don't know how much we're gonna be able to see. What are you thinking?
I was thinking like Fawn Ferrex would be
Cool.
cool.
Let's do it.
All right, Fawn Ferrex is a place where a lot of younger crowd hangs out, and I mean, sadly to say, younger crowd probably means more booze bottles. You know, kids don't want to drive home with their empty beer cans, or
Right.
you know, doobie roaches, or
fucking blunt
or
wrappers,
fucking
and
hot
shit.
pocket boxes. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
All right, so there we go. The weekly challenge, the first roll, cleaning up a park, and we are gonna head to Fawn Ferrex, which is up in Scrays Hill, and we're gonna make that place a little purtier as much as we can. There's a little bit of snow on the ground right now, so this might be a challenge, but hey,
We're gonna try.
if we come out with one piece of trash, that's all that matters, my man.
as long as it's nicer than how we left it, or how we got
Exactly.
it. We leave it nicer than when we got there.
Yep, that sounded
Is that how it goes?
sure.
Sure. All right.
Right on.
All right. I'm just making sure I get this all documented so we can't go back and be like, oh, I forgot. Because that would be something I would do.
So,
Fawn Ferrex. I have no idea how to spell
Fonfreks. Oh wait, no, Frekes. Sure. I can't even read, so I don't know how to spell shit either.
I don't know either, but we get the point. We get the idea.
Oh, actually, I think you spelt it right. God, I'm so proud of you.
Ferrex.
That's
All
why
right.
I keep
Cool.
Max around.
All right.
Right on, ladies
Hey, that
and
was
gentlemen.
fun.
That was really
That
fun,
was fun.
dude. Hey,
you
good
know?
for us.
Just play a little
Yeah.
game. Just play a little hand.
A little here, a little there, a little
Nothing
this, a little that.
crazy. Yeah.
Well,
If anyone out there is a cribbage fan, I hope you enjoyed that. If you're not a cribbage fan,
you'll get to know it as you listen.
you'll learn. You're basically counting to 15s, looking for runs.
Anytime you hit a
and-
31, you got a pint.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a fun game. But yeah, we'll be playing one hand a show, and the winner gets to roll dice for the weekly challenge that week, and the all around winner gets to do a winner bracket, and the loser will do a loser bracket.
Hell
and
yeah.
then when we get to that point, we'll explain it a little bit more, and we'll really lay out what we have for the winners and losers to do.
And, well, I mean, as time goes, we have stuff on our bracket, but we'll obviously think of different ideas, take stuff down from the board that maybe is not as well thought out as ideas we'll come up with in the future.
Right.
And if anybody has ideas for loser winner brackets, let us know.
Let us
Facebook,
know.
Instagram, wherever. Let us know. We're always looking for info.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
hey, we go maybe talk a little table after this?
Oh, let's talk some table.
talk a little bit of
man.
table.
That's the whole point of this show.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
So we've been working the monthly challenges woodworking, and we're almost there.
Dude,
We're just about there.
we are.
Oh, it's looking good.
We can see. We can see that
it,
light
man.
at the end of the tunnel, and it's very bright now.
It is very, very, very bright.
We
man.
can pretty much see like a tree. Actually, we can almost
Yeah.
see a tree through
yeah.
the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's green at the other end.
I know we've been talking table for a while, but it's something that we've actually been working our asses off on. It's not something that we've been just doing and just wasting time on it. It's whenever we get the chance to kick ass at it, we've been doing it. And just what we're looking at now, it's me and Max are both just very fucking proud of ourselves for where we got it.
Super proud. Well, and I think I've realized just through making the table and then even watching some videos on YouTube that are just always popping up now because I've been starting to watch some of these woodworking videos. But it really is an art project. Like the whole thing from start to finish it's art, and it's, you know, how you work with the cracks of the table and how you sand it and how you make the grain of the table pop, and do you get it level? Do you know, how do you mix the epoxy? Are you sealing everything correctly? Sanding it, are you sanding too hard, too soft?
Yep.
Are you getting all the epoxy off? Are you not getting enough off? I mean, there's a lot that goes into it more than just making a piece of wood look nice.
Yeah, and so I guess the question I have for you, since I have, came into this with an idea of it, is there anything that you are thinking differently now that you were before we started this project? Anything harder, easier, something you enjoy more than the other?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think one of the big, when we started, I guess, how do I want to say this? So when we started, it's not that I thought anything would be easy by any means. I thought it was going to take time and effort, obviously, but I guess I didn't realize the whole epoxy process was a little tougher than I originally thought. Especially, I can't remember how many epoxy videos I saw before we poured epoxy, or if it was after we poured and I started getting into them. But regardless, those videos look, I don't want to say easier, because you can see, okay, they have all the equipment, they have, the exact right leveling systems and clamps, and you can see that they have it all. But when you first watch it, it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like anything, too extravagant. But then when you start to get into it and do it yourself, you realize, oh, I don't have, like, the equipment I thought I had that was kind of similar to what this video had is not nearly the level that it needs to be at, or it's not, the quality it needs to be at.
Yeah.
Or, just stuff like that.
I'll bring it over.
Okay.
I just gotta grab the man up here.
But yeah, no, so I think, like, again, it's not that I thought anything would be easy, but I didn't think it would be just as, fully consuming. Like, you gotta think through every single step from a few different angles. You can't just look at it one way and say, okay, this is the way I'm thinking, so this is what I should do. Maybe if someone is much more experienced in this field and has done it multiple times, and they have a system and a pattern down, then yeah, they would think, all right, this is my piece of wood, this is what I need to do, this is how I'm going to do it. And I guess that was my mindset of looking at the piece of wood, seeing how it's almost cracked down the middle, knowing that we're going to have to put some time and effort into making sure that it doesn't split in half. But just the whole process of, I didn't realize when we first poured that I thought it kind of settled into the wood and then kind of built itself from the wood. I didn't realize it pooled up and then hardened. So just a lot of the process was that I thought I understood, I didn't understand as well as I just thought. So that was one thing that just kind of stood out to me, is that things that it seemed relatively straightforward, from start to finish. It seemed relatively straightforward, but it really wasn't.
No.
And I mean, until you actually get into the process and you get into learning how it's done, you will understand that. But from an outside perspective looking at it, it wasn't more difficult, I should say. I want to say that too. It wasn't like I was like, wow, this is hard. This is just more thought consuming than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's just and even for me, like going into it, and I always like I didn't go into it thinking like, oh, I'm a fucking expert. I'm gonna be able to guide us through this and nothing's gonna go wrong. I know everything, because I knew I didn't, and I also knew we were going into this without a nice workshop, without even things like work tables, workbenches, clamps, anything really. Like, we basically did this table off just shit we borrowed from other people, the very bare minimum of what we could use. And I think one thing with me and you is like, we went into it not, I wouldn't say way too confident, but way too excited, and saying way too excited is kind of a bad way to put it, but just anxious, way too anxious, where we just wanted to get to it, and we were just kind of going through our first couple steps way too fast without taking like a step back and being like, all right, I know we're pumped, but like, let's take a step back, look at what we're doing, plan it out. And like our first epoxy pour is a great example where we're finally kind of past the point, but even up to like 2 weeks ago, we still had some of the original epoxy seeping through cracks because we didn't pour it correctly. We didn't really look into it, research it, and practice before we did it. But the farther we went on, like we really started to kind of take our time and understand that this is something we have to put our time into and be patient with. And I think once we started doing that, it kind of everything kind of started going smoother.
Yeah, I think we said basically, just the not downfalls, the pitfalls that we found ourselves in this project. But again, I think those are pitfalls that any project you start, whether it's woodworking, jiu-jitsu, I kind of went into a little bit too over enthused, a little bit too gung-ho, I think, and didn't kind of just stop and, because after the first few lessons, I was like, oh, I'm doing this for 10 more. I'm going to do this for 10 years. Yeah. Like, I was just like, I'm doing this. 10 years. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going to be a black belt. 10 years.
Yeah,
yep.
10 years, I'll be a black belt.
Yeah.
Just give me 10 years.
Yeah, fucking Jackie Chan. 10 years.
Yep.
Oh,
and I was kung fu fight. But, so it's kind of the same thing. And at the end, we realized, like, it was fun. It was a good experience. I'm glad I went, and I'm glad I learned from these coaches, and I'm glad I have a place that if I want to get back into this, I can reach out to these guys.
And we're comfortable.
And I'm comfortable going in there, and that relatively comfortable in that environment now if I want to try it again.
We broke a barrier.
Exactly. We broke that barrier that we just never really thought, or I never thought I was going to break. And yeah, it was much more challenge. I didn't think jiu-jitsu was going to be easy, but it was challenging on a different level or a different way than I had in my head. Same thing with the table. Very excited, was just ready to make tables. After making this table, I'm like, I just want to make tables now the rest of my life. That's all I want to do is make tables.
We have like 5 woodworking projects already set up, and we'll talk about those afterwards. But
so yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Like I'm just gonna make tables the rest of my life.
But I'm also excited that you feel that way, because like when I first got into it, that's like the excitement I got, and I still hold, where it's like it's a pet. And so like I'm constantly watching woodworking videos, and I'm constantly looking into different projects, and it's just that excitement. And I'm glad you kind of caught a little bit of that, because that was like, dude, I was watching the Bears-Packer game, and my better half was laying next to me and kind of looked over, and I was on my laptop while I was watching the game. I had an hour and 45-minute video of a guy just building a mini log cabin. And she's like, what the fuck are you watching? And I'm like, oh, so he's building a cabin. And she's like, why? I'm like, I think I could probably do this too.
Right,
like I might build a cabin one
These
day.
videos.
But like that's the passion where it's just like I just love learning and want to do all these things.
Right.
And it was fun doing this together because like now it just brings so much more ideas onto shit
Oh yeah.
we can do. You know what I mean? Imagine when we have a bigger space. Yeah, well, holy shit. Maybe we build a HUA cabin. Oh, you know, to go right next to our HUA camper. Shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was I've loved this project. I mean, I just based off this, I was able to make a cribbage board.
Yeah, hell yeah. That turned out awesome.
Turned
It was
out
really,
super
really,
cool.
really cool.
But I wouldn't have been able to do it like if I didn't start learning how to just. And again, like this stuff isn't difficult. The hard part is putting the time in.
Yeah.
Like sanding and putting the epoxy down and then letting it settle and then putting more in and sanding it and then seeing, okay, there's some cracks, let's put some more epoxy in.
Yeah.
Then you sand it and then you sand it, you put poly and then you sand it, poly,
And the thing with each of these steps where it's like, oh, you just hear, oh, all you're doing is sanding. But no, like there's types of ways you need to sand where you're not putting swirl marks or flaws into the table. There's a way you poly. There's times that you need to poly and can't poly. There's epoxy. The environment you have to, there's so much shit that goes into each aspect of this project that like I think really kind of caught us where like I didn't even pay
right.
Like even when I was working for somebody, but I was always under somebody who knew what was going on,
right?
So they could catch it. But when it was just me and you, it was like we didn't catch it until it happened to us. So we're like, oh shit, well we can't do that again.
Right.
So it was we learned a lot from this.
So
and
much.
The cool thing about it is like we were both looking at the table before we started recording, and we're like, this is only a stepping stone from us. We can now make our second table, and from there, like we'll get better and better and better, and soon it'll be HUA Woodworking. Now you fuckers are gonna have to buy tables from us.
Yeah,
so like,
I mean, well, and I think it's something. I mean, it's a craft.
Oh, for sure.
It's
an art.
And it's an art form. It's a craft, and that type of stuff I love diving into, but I need to have that kind of reason to do it, and that's why like this show or this podcast is great because it gives me a reason to attempt at making a table and just saying, oh, okay, like in the future, when we do this again, because we're gonna do revisits, we're gonna go back to woodworking.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna do like weekly woodworking challenges.
Probably sooner than later.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's
soon.
It's very fun. It's fun it's relaxing. It takes your mind off of just the world, and it's just you and your piece of wood or you and your design, your project.
Absolutely.
Nothing else really matters. If you need something, you go to the hardware store. You come right back. It's just It's just you and that project, and to me that was the fun part. You get to put a lot of your own unique kind of style into it. The way we bought the colors for it, we put the greens in, we mixed in with some gray black. We kind of made it our own, and you can do that with just about any woodworking project. It feels like
with any sort of art, any project,
definitely,
definitely, yeah. So, I mean, I think this project probably taught us more than just woodworking, taught us kind of how to stay committed to, because I've started so many projects that have been left undone.
Yep.
And this being a project where, like, we stuck with it because we said we were going to do it for the show, but not only it became a thing where it's like, I love seeing the progress I make with this. So I feel like one big thing this monthly challenge has taught me is to stick with that project, whether you think it's going to be shit or not. Just finish it.
Yep.
And just take pride in the fact that you made whatever you made. And I think once we're sitting at this table probably next week, it's going to be very prideful and applaud to us for actually sticking with it.
Hell
and
yeah.
holding ourselves accountable to fucking get her done.
And another thing we haven't even talked about are the legs.
Yeah, man.
We got the legs in about a week ago. We got some awesome X legs, some X-Men legs. There's Wolverine at the bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The legs are just in the shape of an X, and I got some pictures, so I'll post them up so people can see them. But we got them on, man.
They're mounted. They're on.
The legs are mounted,
and it's stable.
It's stable. It's pretty level.
Yeah.
That was my big thing. I was just kind of nervous that we'd be able to put the legs on, but it would just be wobbly.
Yeah.
But luckily they came with adjusting feet.
Yep.
And
it fucker sits pretty
just
nice.
Sits
man.
nice. We did some quick measurements, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I think we did some quick measurements, then eyeballed it, and we were like, I mean,
we basically did what we did with this whole thing where it's like, oh, let's just go with our gut on this one and let's do it. And deal with the consequences. And luckily, for the first time, there was no consequences.
Go with your gut and deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my 2021 motto.
I mean, that's kind of how life kind of goes. If you fight against your gut, you're just gonna kind of be like, I don't know, fighting against your whole life basically, because your gut is usually what'll guide you.
It's a big thing I've been doing lately. It's like, I'm just gonna do it and fucking deal with it later, man. Ask for, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness later.
Oh, that's a great saying.
But hey, so the Stua table it's got legs on it.
It is mounted.
It's almost done.
It's almost done. It is. It will hold equipment.
Yep.
It will. I cannot wait to sit at it. I can't wait to put my feet underneath a table.
It's perfect height. We pulled up our chairs and sat, and it's perfect. And so what's left of the HUA table is we are poly, and we're in a poly party bash right now. So poly, when I say polyurethane is a clear finish for wood. And basically how it works is you apply it to the wood. That wood is going to soak it in, and it protects it, and it also gives it a nice shine. So we apply poly, and we sand it, put more poly on and sand it, and we basically are just working our way up grits of sandpaper. And what I mean by grit is how fine or rough the sandpaper is. So if you have a 60 grit, that's basically like having little pebbles on the sandpaper for taking big chunks of things off a surface. And say a 400 grit sandpaper is something very fine to make it smooth and shiny. And that's where we're at.
And we're so right now we're sanding by hand as well. So we're just taking sandpaper. That we would normally put on our orbital sander. We just grab it by hand and just start slowly, gently kind of going over the top.
Yep. And all we're taking off is we're not trying to sand the poly completely off the slab. We're just trying once the poly starts absorbing into the wood and you start putting enough layers on, you'll run your hand across your surface and start feeling a little prickly bits basically, and that's when you know to start sanding. So all we're doing is trying to just get rid of those prickly bits and keep it smooth, and then just keep increasing our sandpaper grit until we're satisfied with how the table looks basically.
So what are we sanding with next? Are we gonna do another 320 or are we gonna go?
We are gonna go 400 next week.
Okay, 400.
So we'll do actually on so Thursday. You want to do Thursday for?
Yeah, we can do Thursday.
Well, we'll do. Yeah, I don't know. No, we'll do trash pickup. On the weekend because we don't want to do a dark trash pickup again.
And hey, I mean, Packers have a bye. I think do the playoffs start this weekend?
Yeah, on Sunday.
Yeah, so the Packers have a bye. We can do it on Sunday. We can do Sunday.
So we'll do poly. We'll do poly on Thursday, and basically it's like whenever either one of us can stop by here and just toss poly on,
Okay.
We don't have to sand it. We'll just poly it, and then come Thursday, then we'll hit it with a 400.
All right.
So we'll hit it with a 400 grit sandpaper Thursday, and then we'll do another coat of poly, and then we'll come Monday, and we can decide whether we want to hit it one more time with 400 and poly it, and then after that we'll hit it with a 1500 and then wax it.
Okay.
So
okay.
Monday we can either decide, all right, you want to just do it one more time with 400 and just go another extra step, or if we're satisfied with where we're at, we can hit it with 1500 and then wax it.
All right.
So
I'm
yeah.
gonna want to just be done.
I know. Well, and we're at the point where it's like it's okay to be done after the next couple times.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like pussyfooting out of it. It's like we're there. It's just
We've-
how far we want to go with it.
So what, 400? So we had to do some finding for 330. Where do we get 400? Do you think just like Home Depot?
Yeah, Home Depot, my work. We'll find it.
We'll find 400. All right.
Yeah, and
cool.
then we'll explain the waxing process next week when we're on it.
Yeah. We'll go
Yeah.
into that.
And waxing is that's when we put wax on, it's like putting the star on your Christmas tree. That's it. You're done.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
it.
do maybe we can do just like a little wax not like kind of like what we did for Polly and
Yeah, just a little video show.
no, just a little like history wax hit, like wood
okay.
finish wax.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Where
Yes,
you know
I agree.
we'll do a little bit of that.
Fantastic. I agree.
You know, just to give a little background on
Okay.
what and why we put the wax on.
Hey, and then I wanted to ask you this, because I have I have just a couple off the cribbage chart personal goals. I just want to mark just things I want to get done besides a park cleanup.
Yeah. Of course.
Um,
Absolutely.
so just two little
Get him down here.
things.
This is another good thing for the J-Man. He's got to be writing all this shit down
Yeah.
so I don't have to.
Hopefully we have a dear cousin of ours, big, tall, ugly, goofy fucker who we want to get on board with us to kind of help us with the
Be a third hand.
third hand, someone who kind of pays
third
attention
mind.
more than we do.
Yeah, not just a third hand, a third mind. You know?
Third mind, yeah, we need
Yeah.
a third mind.
He's a smart dude.
He is.
He's a good.
Ugly, but he's smart.
Yeah, he's tall and ugly, but he's a smart guy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, yeah. So what were you thinking? You
Okay,
have
well,
your-
I have a second one, and we'll get to talking about this after. So my first one is just I'm digging this writing thing, this poem thing.
Yeah.
So my goal before next Monday is to write just as much as I get done, just a little hold us accountable rap.
Ooh.
Just something that just about us and the show and just what we're doing. And I just want to toss on a beat and I'll spit some lines. For
I
you
like
guys.
it. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
because
man.
I like this I like the poem. It was fun.
It was fun.
And I thought we both killed it. So it's just something I want to do. I thought would be fun. And then the second thing was we were talking about how we already have ideas for what we want to do next. So if you want to kind of explain what our next kind of woodworking project we just want to get done sooner
yeah, I
than
don't
later.
know. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's it is a woodworking project because we're
yeah.
gonna be working with. But it's like, so we wanna we had idea. We've got a blank wall, kind of
Yeah, blank wall.
blank wall. We want to paint it black, and we wanted to get a local artist, street artist, to do these big murals for us. And that is something I think we want to get done
Yeah.
eventually, but it is a little pricey and deservedly so. You know, he's a great artist and does amazing work, and he deserves to be paid for the work he does. But right,
Yeah.
Can't get quite there
We ain't
right
getting
now.
paid to talk to you fuckers.
Right. So, we're going to make something else work. So what we want to do to fill up this wall is make HUA, just HUA the letters out of wood. And we kind of thought getting a bunch of pallets and making it out of pallet wood would probably be a fun, not easy, but like a cheaper way to get the wood. We can sand it down. We can paint it. We can stain it. Whatever we got to do to it, we can do it. We want to paint the wall black. We want to put some LED lights behind the HUA to kind of shine, get some light going from the back. I think that would just be awesome with the table in here.
Hell yeah.
So that's kind of what we want to do. Just make big HUA letters out of pallet wood, put some lights behind it, paint the wall black, and, just really make it look really cool.
I think it would kind of just set the tone of the room. Just
yeah.
Like really make it a studio feel.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So on my kind of on top of that thing is just to get a bundle of pallet wood, because I work in a wood shop, and we just have a shit ton of trash pallets. So I have access to a bunch of pallet wood. So just get a stack of pallet wood just to start, just to have.
Yeah, just get it.
Yep, just get it.
Get it. Put it in the garage. We'll put it somewhere. I love it.
Yeah. I didn't expect a weekly goal. I didn't know if you even thought about. Those are just two things I wanted to take care of.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think I've been half waking up early to just do some little workouts, half not. But I was telling you before the show, I found out the shoulder injury that I got. It was supposed to be just the doctor told me to just rest for 2 weeks. And I found out I really should have rested for 6 weeks. So I jumped back in a little bit too soon. And my shoulder has just been giving me issues basically since I started getting back into shit. So I need to just take probably another few weeks of just doing nothing. So I've been waking up and doing some leg workouts, some just shoulder workouts, some real simple tension shoulder workouts I looked up, where you basically just you're on all fours, your knees and your palms are on the ground, and you're just pushing through your palms and fingers.
Okay.
And then you're just lifting, your left hand and touching your right shoulder, and then lifting your right hand and touching your left shoulder.
You know what I just learned, which is my buddy was talking to me about this, and he read and watched a video on this whole study. It was from a physical therapist, and he was talking about the best shoulder therapy workout that he started having his patients do that just trumped everything was for 10 minutes throughout an entire day. You just a pull-up bar, any pull-up bar, you just sit and you just hang.
Really?
For 1 minute. 1 minute increments. And you just do that for 10 minutes throughout your day. And he saw the most impactful recoverment and strengthening of shoulders.
No kidding.
Just from hanging. And I don't know the exact scientific shit behind it, but my friend was telling me, yeah. So that's something I'm going to start doing.
Well, that's super interesting, because I found one of the only workouts that I can do that doesn't really hurt my shoulder a lot is palms facing your face pull-ups.
Okay.
It doesn't, when I do wide grip palms out pull-ups, that hurts my shoulders. But if I do in and I'm just doing just a normal pull-up, it doesn't. I feel no tension on my AC joint.
Yeah, and he was saying not even movement, nothing, just
hanging,
whole body weight for 1 minute, and just 1 minute at a time, 10 minutes throughout your entire day.
Have you ever seen that reminded me? Have you ever seen the videos of? It's if you can hold, basically the same thing. You just hold yourself up on a pull-up bar for it's 100 seconds. It's really hard. to just hold yourself for 100 seconds.
Sounds hard.
I mean, yeah, so 60 seconds will be, man. But yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to.
And I'm sure you could probably split it, like if 30 seconds drop, take a 30-second break, then 30 seconds.
Start.
Just as just get 10 minutes throughout your day, if possible, or start small and add up.
Yeah.
I haven't even tried it yet, so.
Yeah, no, it's
curious.
So yeah, so going back to the weekly challenge thing. That's one of the things I've been trying to do is just wake up and get some shoulder workouts done in the morning. I've been doing. I hate doing cardio stuff, but I've been doing like jump lunges.
Okay.
So to just like jump and do some lunges, just to get the heart pumping in the morning, a little bit. Nothing crazy, but
wake up the body.
Make me at least feel like I did a workout, because I'm trying to tell myself like it's okay to just chill out for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Like just.
But also have that feeling that I was active.
Get the heart pumping.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling with that. Just because I always just. I'll just push it a little bit. I'm just gonna.
Then you're back at square one.
And then I'm going.
I'm sore again.
Shit. Fuck. All right. My shoulder's feeling pretty weird today. But yeah, no. It's so goofy stuff like that is like kind of my weekly challenges. I think. Yeah, I definitely in the beginning bit off. I was trying to bite more than I could chew and be like, I'm gonna run every day for a week. I'm gonna fucking
let her rip. I'm like,
I'm gonna give her hell, boys. Fucking, I'm going for it.
Let her rip. Tater chip. Yeah.
Let her rip there, bud, huh?
Oh, wow.
But maybe I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Being able to go do some crazy weekly challenges, but no, I like what we're doing. I like what we're doing here.
We're doing it. We're grooving. We're moving. We're boozing.
If for some reason, I know you're saying your work has pallets, but if for some reason you can't find any, I know where to find. Like, you just drive around to certain places and they always have some.
Yeah, they have, especially in Wisconsin. There's like in Green Bay, you can drive around and people have like mountains of pallets and fucking take them, please.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what to do with these.
Yeah, so
can you? Yeah, so we'll
small weekly goals.
But yeah, I like this HUA rap. I'm excited to hear this HUA rap. So do you think that'll be done by next week, or do you want a HUA rap? Like, if you need a few weeks to get this thing. I wouldn't hold it against you if you're like, hey, I need like 2 weeks to do this.
Well, it wasn't something like I was pushing, like write a whole. I just want to write something, see what I can bring next week, and
get her started at least.
Yeah, because me and Max before the show today were just sitting, like just to warm up. We're just like freestyling, being goofy, and it was fun.
Having fun, man.
And so I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch out, Decker.
We're coming for you. Well, I'm not. Carl's coming for you.
I'm fucking coming for you, motherfucker. Let's battle.
No, he puts out. I think I ask you this every week. He doesn't do a freestyle every day. He does a freestyle a week.
Well, sometimes it's like multiple a week.
Okay, because I was gonna say I feel like I've seen a few like come out.
Yeah, and they're like good. It's like, God damn.
Yeah,
he gets me hyped.
Yeah, no, he's got a good voice. His beats are good. He's got a good setup, man.
Hell yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, goddamn.
Oh,
that's a little table talk.
Future table talks. Like we've said, we got the legs on, and now it's kind of basically just making it look as pretty as we possibly can.
We're on the home stretch, my man.
We're in the real home stretch. We're on third base. We're eyeing home.
Hell yeah.
I would say we're like halfway between third and home. We're almost damn
there.
near stealing.
We're in a pickle right now.
Yeah, and we're so close, and I can't wait because we're gonna have a kind of a whole new studio setup.
It's gonna like add a lot more room,
and
just like good vibes. That table is just once we have it in here, dude. Me and Max have been looking at this thing since it wasn't even touched when we first bought it. And we're like, oh, I can't wait to put this in the studio.
I just had this thought. Okay, so how about we put the table straight like we said in here. I put this thing just to start, if we have room, lengthwise that way. So the table will go straight. This will come at an angle. Then I'll put all the equipment stuff on this thing. and then all kind of sit in that little L.
Yeah, I think
then
it would have to be like flush against.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It would be.
Yeah, pushed up
This
against.
would be pushed up against the wall.
Okay, and then all of like the soundboard
And that would be in that. So, I mean, if you would sit like here,
That's
and I would sit in that back corner,
Hell yeah.
and then the camera would face.
We're recording right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
It's the longest we've ever recorded.
we've been recording for an hour and 34 minutes.
Holy shit.
It's the longest I've.
So we might
have YouTube stuff coming.
We're not promising, but
It's looking
pretty good.
good.
Yes.
It's looking good. Again, it's just gonna take. So So my weekly challenge for me will be to put a demo video together of what we've recorded on the video and the audio.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my
Coolio.
Put up a little demo. Get together a demo video or something along those lines.
Well, right on, ladies and gentlemen. It is January 4th, 2021, the first HUA episode of the new year, episode 15. 10:35 p.m. Me and Max just getting done discussing table talk, getting done discussing new weekly goals, getting done talking about just life, shooting the shit, enjoying a couple beers of the week. I think a good focus point to go after here would just let's get a couple laughs in.
Get some laughs going, man.
Let's do a joke of the week,
Let's
and
get
then
that joke of the week flowing. Then a little
I don't-
Packer talk, you know?
and then we'll get some Packer talk.
End it with a little Packer talk, eh?
Always do.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the weekly, monthly challenge updates.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to go on to a little bit of the joke of the week. Thank you so much for joining us. This is episode 15, ladies and gentlemen, 10:36 p.m. January 4th, 2021. Woohoo! How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is mid-show talk, joke of the week. Everybody's got to fucking laugh once in a while. Been talking table, been talking beers, been talking goals, been talking life, been talking 2020, 2021. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're healthy, hope you're happy, hope you're peaceful, hope you have big goals for the new year, but I hope you all have goals to relax a little bit, maybe laugh a little bit, spread some jokes, hear some jokes, even if they're not funny, fucking laugh, lighten up a little bit. It's 2021, we just fucking got over the worst year I've experienced, but it's also the new year, brought this beautiful podcast. So let's hit this joke of the week. Little Johnny's family is sitting at the dinner table. Father said, "Johnny, can you please pray for dinner?" Little Johnny said, "Dear God, please send clothes for all those poor ladies in Dad's computer. Amen." Hey, that is the joke of the week. Might be short, but that shit's fucking funny. I hope you laughed at it.
Short but nude. All right.
Short but nude, it is indeed. Daddy's got boobies on the computer. Max, the goddamn Packers got the first seed. We're going to win some goddamn playoff games. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2021's first Packer Talk. This is Host Accountable, episode 15. Go Pack. Max,
Dude.
35-16, huh?
Oh, and the week before that, we played the Titans and just
Fucking kicked ass.
played a hell of a game.
Dude, one thing with the Titans is I'm a guy who goes into Packer games optimistic and, really just cheers up and really tries to just talk up the Packers. But I went into that game expecting, like, dude, we're going to get our asses kicked against Derrick Henry.
Man, did you? I mean, he put up like 250 some yards of total offense last week, or I mean this week against the Texans, whatever team they were playing. Pretty sure it was the Texans.
Less than 100 yards, almost 100.
And we held them to less than, I think, 98 yards and a touchdown. If you can keep Derrick Henry under 150 yards and under 2 touchdowns,
23 carries, 98 yards.
Dude, that is, I mean, that's a ball game.
That's impressive.
That's a hell of a game, and a game. After Tannehill had that, it was when they doubled up on us.
Yeah.
They score at the end of the half to make it 19-14, or to make it, what did they do? To make it
was
19-7, and then they scored to start the second half to make it 19-14. Was that what they did?
No, it was second quarter was 13-7. Third quarter, no. I don't know.
Either way,
Max, you say it.
Okay, so when Ryan Tannehill scored his long
50-yard
rushing touchdown, and I'm pretty sure that was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And it really kind of made the game. It was a close game at that. It wasn't like, because Crosby missed a field goal and then we missed the 2-point conversion. So instead of it being like 21-14, it was 14-19. And that's when I thought, oh shoot, we just got hit in the mouth. We're gonna just crumble.
Because that's a thing the Packers have a history of, is especially in the second half, is we have that momentum, but as soon as a big play like a 50-yard run from the quarterback, that tends to take a toll on us, and like we can't catch our feet again after that.
Yeah, it's the momentum. As soon as we just, in the past at least, it's as soon as that momentum switch changed, it was like, oh, we lost it. We're not getting the momentum back.
Yeah.
But we got the momentum back. We made some stops on defense. The offense played well. 2 interceptions. I mean, just a great game all around. Again, special teams was not special. It hasn't been special all year.
Absolutely not.
Our special teams has been just. If we lose, it's gonna be because okay. If Tavon Austin fumbles like he did against the Bears, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady's scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, no, dude.
We're not holding them. We're not holding the Buccaneers to a field goal.
Dude, when he fumbled that, oh man, there was a few plays in that Packers-Bear game that was just like so disappointing to me. That being probably number one, and then 2 was MVS dropping that fucking dime by Rodgers. Fucking dime.
Man.
It was like, dude, you just caught that same pass, man. Like, make it 2. And I think it was more so because I wanted MVS to have 2 of those catches.
Exactly.
So, and it was like, because I wouldn't even say a love-hate relationship. I love MVS, but I just, like, get so, like, ugh,
it's like you make amazing plays. You make tough catches. But when they just hit you right in the hand,
yeah, like
drop it.
You can't throw it right to the guy.
And whenever I think of like a play like that, I'm like, that's that man's profession. That's his job, is to catch a leather ball that's thrown high and far.
Yeah,
that's his job.
Get it done. And Rodgers isn't gonna make it any more easy for you, guy. Rodgers was throwing the most accurate dimes I've ever seen, just like across the body, that throw to Big Bob Ton in the end zone where he just thread the needle, or that first MVS throw he had that just literally.
That first MVS throw was amazing.
He literally didn't even stutter, MVS just on the run, perfect throw, and oh my god.
So yeah, it's like when the dude is getting, death threats and he's getting threatened and he's getting, he's being called names and stuff because he dropped some balls. That's extreme. But to expect a man to do his job that he's getting paid extremely well for, I don't think is unrealistic or.
No, it's not too much to ask.
It's not. Is that too much to ask for? You know. Is that too much to ask for a wide receiver in the NFL to catch a football that's thrown to him perfectly when he's wide open and hits him in the hands and he drops it? I'm sorry if I get a little bit upset about that, but I mean, come on.
Hey, let's talk Big Bobby Tanya, and he's a tight end with 11 touchdowns this year, man.
You got the old Pro Bowl snub too.
Oh yeah, he got snubbed by some fucking square who.
I think he's got 1 touchdown.
Yeah, 1 touchdown. Big Bob Tan. It leads the NFL with 11 touchdowns.
Right, for tight ends.
For tight ends, and I mean, yeah, obviously, I would say he's one of the best in the league right now.
As far as just pass catching and being a reliable.
How do you
red zone, third down? I mean, he can beat linebackers. He was a former wide receiver that's now a tight end. I mean,
he's making plays.
He's learning from Mercedes Lewis, who hopefully can rub off some of his blocking prowess onto big old Bob Tanya.
Hey, I like Mercedes Lewis, man. He's kind of an old school tight end where I think tight ends have always been glorified offensive linemen. Which
right.
It's an important position. You gotta know how to block. But now tight ends are kind of starting. You have tight ends like Travis Kelce, and then you got tight end. I think Greg Olsen was probably one of the big guys who started the big trend with tight ends, where we're not just here to block, we're here to catch.
Yeah.
And I think Big Bobby Tan has really shown that more than any tight end we've ever had.
Oh, for sure.
I think he's probably the best tight end when it comes to catching, making plays with his hands that I've seen.
Yep, just being a sure-handed.
Yeah.
It just.
I'm confident in the guy.
Like there was a few throws. Rodgers earlier in the season just kind of lofted up, and big old Bob Tan had to go make a diving catch or just make something out of nothing, and he did it. And he's fun to watch. He's a fun dude to watch, man.
He is. He definitely is.
And
sorry. Continue. I'm
no,
sorry.
I was gonna say, he's one of those guys that for like 3 years now we've been hearing like, oh, he's got it. He just needs to put it all together.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's coming. It's just gotta click for him. Oh, this is the year. And now it's finally like, oh, this is what we've been hoping he could do.
He's got more touchdown catches than most of our wide receivers do.
Well,
I mean, this year, this is probably the first time in a long time watching the Packers where, and I'll base this off just the past 2 games. Just the past 2 games this season, I'll say, where I feel so well put together where. It was a big confidence booster for me watching us shut down Derrick Henry. That was huge. But then we also have this past game, Kevin King was a guy I noticed more than anybody on the defense because I felt like he was on the ball wherever the ball was. He was fucking making big hits, putting his body into the play, but also making very well defensive back plays, just being. Yeah. And then, of course, on top of that, I think Adrian Amos,
he's been playing really well.
He's been playing good. I mean, he had, seven total tackles. And then Darnell Savage had 2 interceptions that game.
Against the Titans, yeah.
Against the Titans.
And he should have had 1 against the Bears, I believe.
Kevin King should have had 1 against the Bears. That was right in his damn hands. But, just seeing our defense kind of put together their game was nice. I mean, granted, we also had those 4th down conversions where Trubisky was fucking getting quarterback sneaks twice in a row and shit like that.
Yeah, but that was I agree, totally agree that we got to stop one of those. We did eventually, but
yeah.
But that was also pretty fluky. I have not seen that many 4th and 4th and inches just consistently.
Well, dude, right off the bat too. That game I think was the whole
weird game.
It was all right. Well, because I think right off the bat the Bears went for a 4th and 3 the first drive.
Yep.
And, like, that set a tone for the Packers where it's like, well, we're not going to fucking punt either then, all right? Like,
Right,
let's go.
right,
We're going to do this. And, I mean, the whole game was a perfect Bears-Packer game. The first kickoff was challenged. Like, right off the bat.
So weird.
And, like, that call to me was like, if I were Matt LaFleur, I kind of agree with that call where that's a big standpoint. If you win that challenge, they start at the 1, that's big time.
Yeah, you would you kind of I at first was I shouldn't say very, but I was just against that challenge. I was like, is it really worth it? You know, like your kicker kind of fucked up and kicked it out of bounds and almost got bailed out by the returner, almost messing up. Is it worth it, or just kind of telling your kicker, like, hey, how about we just kick it straight out of the end zone every play from here on out? But then you're like, yeah, but if you get the challenge, they're at the 1 yard line to start the game. It's not just like, it's 14-10 and you kick it down and the other team's at the 1 yard line. No, this is to start the game. It's essentially taking a possession away from a team almost.
And, I mean, you look at the possession they had to start the game. They wasted like half of the first quarter with their possession.
Right.
They played, I think it was like a 14-play drive or something.
Yeah, 14 play. It was like
and they drove from the 40 all the way down.
Right.
But
yeah, no, a good game. The Kevin King, I wanted to mention something about Kevin King too. With Kevin King, sometimes Kevin King is frustrating, right? You're like, why? They're always throwing to Kevin King and they're always open or something. But you also have to think about, this isn't me thinking. I heard this through some sports talk guys on the radio, but they're saying how Jair shuts his side down.
Yeah.
No, they're not throwing to Jair's side. So almost every pass is going to go toward Kevin King's side. So we're going to see Kevin King 90% of the game on pass plays. So we're just going to see him more.
Yeah.
But he was physical, man. Like,
dude,
he came up and was hitting people.
Dude, he was popping motherfuckers, dude.
Does he come in a little overzealous and maybe miss a tackle here and there? Sure. But I'd rather have my cornerbacks coming in wanting to hit and, maybe missing one tackle, or they don't want to hit and they miss every tackle. So it's like, what do you want?
And I loved about Kevin King is he was like, they had their tight end, big number 85. Can't think of their
Komet.
Yeah, he was like, that's a big dude. And Kevin
dude.
King was coming in,
he wasn't
balls
scared.
to the walls and putting his fucking, wasn't just chop blocking him or like trying to leg tackle him. He was putting his shoulder down into his thighs, and like I saw one play where it was like the first drive, and what'd you say his name was? Cole Komet caught the ball and he caught it, and you could tell he kind of set he was going to try and make a move, but then he put his shoulder down and started like running through Savage, and Kevin King came up and wrapped him around his waist and like drove the fucker back like 10 yards.
Yep.
And that was like the start, and I was like, all right. And then after that, I watched Kevin King the whole game, and I was like, damn, dude, you're laying hits.
Yeah.
And then I think Savage had a sack.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he came off a blitz.
I don't remember, but no, overall, I think defense has been playing well. I mean, we held Montgomery to under 100 yards. I think he was under 75 yards, and he was probably one of the hottest running backs coming into the NFL.
I mean, he was
into week 17.
He was kind of riding on us at first, where he was getting those 4-yard carries every down, and then he kind of got shook up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did get that.
Which
knee.
I think
I did, dude. I don't know how he came back from that knee.
Dude,
I saw the replay, and that looked
nasty,
gross.
And he came back a couple like possessions later, which I mean, glad he's okay. That's he's a respectable back, but yeah, that worked to our advantage.
Yeah. So just a weird. I don't want to say. I don't know how that. I don't know. I guess this Packer team is just, it's such a different kind of team to me. Last year we had, it was the 13-3 team, but every game seemed like it was like, the offense just couldn't get it going. The defense would make some great plays, and the offense would make just enough to kick a field goal and win.
It's like we always got our ass saved by something.
Yeah, it was always something was saving our ass. And this year, we're just kind of kicking ass. And that's so weird. Like, I don't expect to kick ass. I expect to play well and to kind of grind out a win.
Well,
and
dude,
now, you know.
I wonder, has the Packers ever had 7 Pro Bowl players on their team?
I mean,
In a season, and 7 players to be nominated.
when we should have had a few more.
I mean, yeah, Big Bob
Big
Don.
old Bob Dunn. And, you know, to kind of sidetrack, the other thing we haven't talked about was Bakhtiari going down.
Yeah, dude.
That sucked.
Hey, Billy,
That was
that
rough.
sucks. That sucks just because Bakhtiari works his ass off and is the best left tackle in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Just got a big contract signed, loves playing the game,
Yep.
and he's the best at the position he plays right now.
Yep.
And to be taken down in a non-contact practice.
Just sucks. And, dude, I mean, he's just a good dude. Like, the fans love him. His teammates seem like they're big fans of his. He just works hard. I remember hearing after he got his big contract, there was some scout was talking about him. And
He's out of Colorado.
Yep, just Colorado. And they were saying how when they went to Colorado, you know, he was it was like a horrible. Their team was not good, and he was like the only. They were saying how he was the only consistent, just like worker. Like he would do the same. He would put in the same preparation. He'd study the defensive ends, the defensive linemen, the same every week, and he was putting in work. And just he attacked every game, you know, just like a workman's mentality. And he's just kind of kept that with him throughout his whole career. And I think that's just really, you know, commendable of him. And, you know, as a Packer fan, I'm lucky to be able to watch him as our left tackle. I mean, that's one of the most important positions in the NFL. And we found a diamond in the rough in a 4th-round draft pick. And, I mean, I remember when he came in after Bulaga got hurt, and it was like, oh, my God, we got this rookie Bakhtiari.
Who the fuck is Bakhtiari?
Yeah. He's got long hair. He looks like a Kardashian.
He looks like a ghoul out of Colorado. Fucker's probably stoned out there.
Yeah, I was like, who is it? And he just hasn't missed
hats
a beat.
off to the man, dude.
So,
but not only him, the whole offense, and
whole
especially
line. Yep.
Jenkins, man.
Oh, Elton Jenkins.
He is my
Elton.
He is my MVP of the Green Bay Packers this year. He is definitely my MVP because he's played every single offensive lineman position.
Without him, I mean, who knows how many sacks Rodgers takes.
Absolutely, man. So hats off to him, but hats off to the Packer squad. I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback in the league, one of the best quarterbacks all time.
He's gonna be MVP.
You got Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver who's playing the position right now. You got Jair Alexander, who's the best cornerback in the league right now. Bakhtiari, you know, hats off to him for the season he had. You got Jenkins, who I think just made a big fucking name for himself and is going to be getting his payments for what he's doing.
Well, this is only his second year, man. We still got him for 3 more years.
Hey, hats off to Billy Turner for coming in and, you know,
playing well. Rick Wagner's playing
Corey
pretty
Linsley's
decent.
good, playing goddamn good ball, you know.
Just all the Lucas Patrick at the left guard or at the right guard.
Yeah. Hey, Tavon Austin, I like the addition to him coming in. I like him at a little slot. Fucker's quick.
Hey, he did fumble on that punt return, though.
Okay, yeah, that pissed me off.
No, but I think I get what you mean, though. I know I'm.
It's like having a. Well, no, that's good, but it's like having a Cobb again.
Yeah, something. Man, I don't.
Are you just bugged because of the fumble? Because it really hasn't.
No, I think I don't. I think just the whole special teams unit in general is
dog shit.
Piss me off.
It's dog shit. Get rid of J.K. Scott after this year. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it.
Well, I'm not ready to. I think we need to get rid of our special teams coordinator for sure.
Before we do anything.
Let's bring in a new face. I do not. I mean, because it's been all year.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this guy has, like, the most talent to work with. But when every week there's a problem,
there's something
at some point, who does that start to come down on? You can't keep pointing fingers when every single week there's an issue.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree
Whether
with that
it's
too.
whether it's J.K. Scott, I'm not saying the dude needs to boot it 60 yards every time, but it'd be nice if we're on the 30-yard line and he can pin him in the 15.
I mean, to his defense too. I mean, he hasn't really had to punt much.
No, yeah,
Rodgers has thrown the same amount of passes as punts as he's had this year.
Well, Rodgers has thrown 48 touchdowns.
Touchdowns, yeah.
And Scott has punted 46 times. So Rodgers has 2 more touchdowns than J.K. Scott has punts, which is very impressive. And you can't take, but special teams pisses me off.
Hey,
It's
what
not
about
special, huh?
what about our fullback getting a touchdown this year? Daphne having a touchdown catch.
Yeah.
You could tell he was like, I gotta catch this fucking thing.
He's from the same college as Tunyon.
Oh,
Indiana State.
Big Bob Down, old Daph.
The old Indiana State old tight end you, huh?
Oh, hey, good for them. Hats off to the goddamn
And
Packers.
I missed that touchdown.
You missed it?
I missed that one.
Oh, he basically like stomach to the ball, curled it in, sucked it in with every might he had to make sure he caught that ball.
Oh,
and
good.
Rodgers was pumped.
Oh, I
Rodgers
bet.
came running on the field. You could hear him on the camera just go, "Fucking Daff! Hell yeah, Daff!" Like
He's a rookie, man.
and he looked at the ball. He's like, "I'm keeping this goddamn ball. No one's touching this
hell
ball."
Yeah.
Hats
No,
off, man. And another person who I'm excited for is AJ Dillon.
Yeah, he had a
I think
big
he
game.
showed what he can bring. He just needs the touches.
Needs the touches, man. He's fun to watch, dude. That spin against the Titans when he just it was like the slowest, most methodical spin.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so big, the dude couldn't wrap him up, so he just was like, and I
don't know
can't.
what. And then his big tree trunk.
Oh my!
Oh
he's
my!
huge.
He's
Dude is
ginormous.
massive. Yeah. So, and that's only gonna help in the playoffs.
Dude, and the thing what encouraged me is when the Packers, we've seen them 2010. Guess who started getting hot before the postseason is the Packers defense. That's when we started. Remember, we were getting fucking turnovers like crazy, dude. Our defense just started playing big ball Packer defense. And when Packers come in hot into a postseason, especially having a first seed, all games are going to be at Lambeau. There's a good chance you're going to see us out in Tampa
Hey,
or Miami.
if the Smiths can get, specifically Preston, if he can get rolling
Yeah.
and just catch a groove of I'm the baddest motherfucker out here, kind of like he felt last year. I felt like he was in that groove last year, and then Za'Darius was also. I mean, he's Z and he's just in his own world, kind of. But Preston, I feel needs that he needs that that spark, that motivation, or that the confidence
Absolutely.
to just go out and just not think and just play. And for some reason, he just hasn't had it this year. And thankfully, Rashawn has been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
He's been playing really well lately. But he's been able to just kind of fill that void. But if you can get 3 pass rushers.
And now we got snacks.
And we got big old snacks.
We got the
Harrison.
snack boy in the middle.
What's your favorite snack?
My favorite snack?
Yeah.
Doritos.
Doritos.
Sweet chili.
Oh, sweet chili Doritos.
Oh, that's my favorite. Couple Darskies deep. Need a good chips. My go-to munchie.
Yeah.
And so once I get my hands on those sweet chili Doritos, after a few Darskies, game over. I
purple.
I ate a whole bag
package.
watching the Packer game
Oh man.
on top of a whole bucket of pub mix and a couple other snacks. But
yeah.
yeah, we got big snacks.
Big
and
old snacks, Harrison. He was I was telling you before the show, so when they were converting all those 4th and 1s, he was not in the game. And then the only 4th down they didn't convert, he was in the game and they tried passing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they, obviously the Bears might have called in a passing play prior to, seeing Snacks was out there, or they see he's out there and they go, let's switch to a passing play. But either way, I mean, it can only help us.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it can only help. So.
And I'll give Pettin this postseason. I'm not saying like dump him but there was a point in this like pretty recently where I was like, what the fuck is Pettin doing? But now we're grooving, and it's a hard thing where it's like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk shit about Pettin, and I'm pretty stoked about the Packers going into this postseason.
I agree with you. I'm right there with you. It's that weird feeling of, man, all year they've just kind of underperformed, and now they're starting to pick it up. So it's like, well, which defense are we gonna get? Well, honestly, the postseason's gonna be play a huge factor in all this. If our defense comes out and just looks soft and they just get run over, they get hit in the mouth, he's out.
Yeah.
But if we come out, if we make it, I think the only way he keeps his job is if we make it to the Super Bowl. If we lose in the NFC Championship game again, we're going to need a scapegoat, and it's probably going to be Pettin and our special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
But if we make it to the Super Bowl, I think only the special teams coordinator goes. If we win the Super Bowl, I don't think anyone goes.
Yeah, and the thing, that, I will give Pettin is I believe adjustments have been made because, and the main factor I say that is because the shutdown we had against Derrick Henry and later on in the game against Chicago against Montgomery, is that was our biggest downfall, our biggest fault in our defense was our run game, our run defense, and the fact that we shut down the best running back in the league and held him under 100 yards. That's big time to me.
Man, I was so impressed when we held Derrick Henry to under 100 yards. I mean, just the last thing I would have expected. The very last thing I
thought we were going to win that game on a tightrope, just off our Aaron Rodgers and our offense being able to just do a little better than theirs.
Yep.
But no, our run game just totally impressed me. Our run defense.
Yeah.
And,
well, the run game, too.
And the run game. Hey, good to see Jamal Williams back.
Good to see him back. Yeah, dude, it's always... And that, man, these running backs in this I know, I hate talking about, I know I have talked about it, but now especially that we're so close to
You want your last one, or are you still working?
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Especially now that we're so close to... Oh, when did it stop? Did you get hit yourself in the head? Oh, I wish I would have seen that. Oh,
I just popped my bottle cap off, and it smoked me in the eye.
Oh, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I just got... Yeah, I'm good. Keep going.
Holy crow, that was really... I heard it.
Holy
loud as...
It's all that fucking fizziness. All right, keep her moving.
Keep her moving. What were we even... Oh... The running back situation. I know that we still got a lot of football left to play before any decisions have to be made, but this whole running Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones is super interesting. Cuz Aaron Jones is going to get paid, dude. Like, he's going to get... He signed Drew Rosenhaus, who's probably, just the most ruthless, agent, and that's not a negative. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean
it
that
means
in
he's going to get him money.
Yeah, he's getting his clients money, and that's a good thing. Like, the NFL players above any other players deserve to get paid. And I wish Aaron Jones would be a Packer. I do not want him to leave. I think he's a special running back and a special human being above anything else. He seems like a great dude, just a fun guy. But he's going to get money, man. Like, that dude is making himself money.
My, hope factor and what, I hope to be the case is, it seems like these guys want to be in Green Bay. They want to be around the best
Right.
quarterback who's in the NFL. They want to be around the best wide receiver who's there. They want to be around probably the best coach that's in the league right now. Like, you assume they want these things, but at the end of the day, if you're going to get paid to get hit the way they do, like, a lot of players are going to take the money.
Yeah.
And you know what? If Aaron Jones next season takes a contract with a different team, I'm not going to blame him for it.
Just don't go to an NFC North.
I swear to God, if he
rival,
signs with the
please
fucking
don't.
Bears or the Vikings or the Lions,
Please
yeah,
don't.
I'll have some fucking heat against him. But he
Right.
deserves to go and he deserves his money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he'll necessarily get exactly what I don't think he'll get the most in Green Bay, the most that he'd get somewhere else, maybe.
Right.
But if at the end, I want Aaron Jones. I want him
I do
over
too,
Jamal
man.
Williams
I do
and
too.
AJ Dillon.
I do
won't
too.
lie. I think he puts his play out there. He's a versatile, also a strong back, but a smart back.
Dude, he's a back where anytime he touches the ball, he can go the distance.
Yeah.
He just can.
Yeah.
He just can. Jamal Williams, God love him. Anytime he touches the ball, there's a chance he could get 12 yards.
Yeah.
But Aaron Jones, anytime he touches the ball, doesn't matter where in the field he is, there's a chance he's scoring.
And against the Bears, there was a couple drives where he was getting shut down. Granted, Akeem Nicks was back.
Yep.
Making havoc, and of course you got fucking what's big Bears defense end? Give me his name.
Oh, Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Those are big ball players, but he can make shit happen where nothing's supposed to happen. And
Right.
and I believe he has those smarts and the ability where he's going to be great for. He's not just going to be an Eddie Lacy. He's not just going to be these running backs that we've had in the past who are sunshines for 1 year and then kind of wean their way out. So that's I don't believe Jamal Williams will be the same way either. I think Jamal Williams will be able to make his name.
It's like having a cow.
I don't think Jamal Williams will be a Packer forever.
Yeah, something. No, man.
I don't really think Aaron Jones
just
is.
bugged 'cause of the
It's hard
fumble?
because Packer
Because
running backs
everybody
never
has-
really
No, I
stick
think
Packer running backs forever.
I don't.
Amon Green's was the last.
I think just
one.
the whole special teams unit.
Yeah.
in
But I
general.
hope I would like
Dog
to.
shit. Piss me off. Dog shit.
I just
I'm
want
Get
to
rid of
win.
J.K. Scott.
That's all I care about. I know it. Well, and it's like there's only so much you can talk about too. So it's like what, but no. I mean, first and foremost, win a Super Bowl. That'd be the best.
And it's kind of sad to say, but like, I mean, we'll have Devontae, but like we're gonna be seeing a lot different of a Packer team come the next couple of years. Like,
Oh yeah. Yep.
Whatever happens once Rodgers leaves, retires, it's gonna be a different ball game in Green Bay. Hopefully, Tim Boyle's the next big Rodgers.
You mean love?
Fuck, where has he been? Sleeping for the past 16
Sleeping.
games.
He
He hasn't suited for a single Packer game.
no. Well, it's not his fault. What's he supposed to do?
Well, no, I'm not blaming him, but
Yeah.
I'm saying what a great first round, huh?
Exactly. It's like
I'm not like talking shit about Love because he didn't make that
Gotcha.
decision,
I see
but
what
you
you
know
mean.
what I'm saying? It's
It's
just
like-
like it's kind of a joke of a thing to me. Where who knows, maybe, but why hasn't he? Do you not suit 3 quarterbacks no more?
Well, would you rather have 2 quarterbacks? You might need, and so would you rather have 3 quarterbacks? You probably only ever need 2,
Yeah.
and 1 less
Anything else?
linebacker.
You're right.
Or would you
You're
rather
totally right.
have 2 quarterbacks and an extra linebacker?
Thank you for explaining it that way because I haven't thought about it that way, but you're
Yeah.
totally right. Where it's all about the roster.
Right.
Who
It's
needs
like-
more than 2? It's very rare when a
If
third.
both Rodgers and Boyle gets hurt, I mean, you're fucked anyway.
I think we saw a third string. Didn't we see like John Kuhn take a snap at quarterback once? Remember that? Wasn't there like Rogers went down and Flynn went down?
Yeah.
So there was like a
what
time
was
where it
that?
was like Kuhn was taking snaps or something.
Yeah, wasn't it Randall Cobb? Because he played
He
quarterback,
played
at Kentucky.
Yes, it was that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the time or specifics, but I remember
but
that
it
was a
was.
time where everybody went down,
Mm-hmm.
and Cobb was like Green Bay East high school football. I remember my good buddy went down. He was our starting quarterback, and then whoever was supposed to play backup, and then they're like, Carl, you're in. And we're playing Ashwaubenon, who was like the best team in the conference, and I'm 5 foot shit, and I couldn't even see over the fucking offensive line, and I was like, but I was pumped. I'm like, I'm about to throw a touchdown. And like, coach was like, yeah, no, you're gonna hand the ball off. Hey, I didn't do shit,
You're
but
like, dive. No, coach, come on. Hail Mary.
Coach, Hail Mary.
4 verticals. 4 verticals.
Yeah,
Come on.
no, my high school stats at quarterback is 1 pass for 1 interception against Notre Dame.
Oh,
Max, that's where you went, huh?
I did, yeah.
But, well, that's my
Dame
varsity
guy.
stats. Freshman year, I threw 4 tutties. I mean, it's not nothing but a thing, man. I remember my best football game ever played. It's my freshman year of high school. I threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 2, and had a kick return for a touchdown. I had just the most outstanding game. But then I muffed the last kick of the game, fumbled it. The other team picked it up and ran it in for a score to win the game. So I had like 5 overall touchdowns, but then fumbled and lost the game.
Oh, my
I
God.
remember just like, I was so mad. And everybody's like, dude, you fucking, I was like, that was like, yeah. So that sticks with me. But
Well, at that point, it's like, what's anyone going to say? It's like, dude, you lost and won us the game. Like, we were only in the game because of you,
I remember like,
and then we only lost
I was
the game because...
crying in like my dad's arms. I'm like, I fucking lost. He's like, Carl, you scored 6 touchdowns today. I was like, but I lost.
Yeah.
I muffed it.
Oh, dude, I remember I only played tackle football for like 1 year, and the only game I ever remember playing in was a game that we lost, like, it was either 6-0 or 8-0, and the only touchdown the other team scored was on a kickoff, and the dude who got the ball was running right at me and just juked me out of my shorts, and I just completely dove the opposite
It's like
way.
a J.K. Scott
Yeah.
trying to tackle.
And that was like the only touchdown the other team scored, and that was how they won. And I just remember being like, so that was my fault, huh?
Oh, shit. Well, Max, we can't say the Packers are going on to play anybody, but hey, all we know is the Packers have a bye next week. First round of the playoffs, and
while they're on that bye, we're gonna be picking up a park.
we're going to be picking up a park.
Fun
I'm going to be
Ferrix.
finding some pallet wood for
Palletwood.
things to come, and we're going to be finishing this goddamn Stewart table.
It's coming, man. It is coming. Oh yeah, one last quick thing before we wrap things up here. We got a little Christmas holiday just kind of connection with a buddy podcast of ours, the Brutal Wisconsin podcast.
Shout out Brutal, Wisconsin.
Shout out to those guys. They're going to be sending us a bottle of rum, a good bottle of rum. They're big booze guys over there. They like to drink nice booze. I don't know. I'm not sure if they drink on the show a lot or if it's just kind of something they like to do in their spare time. But they know their booze, and they're going to be sending us a bottle of some nice rum. And in return, we're going to be sending them some of our favorite beers. I think we're sending them Hopalicious, Happy Place, and Hazy Day IPA.
All right.
Those are the 3 we're sending them. So we have the beer. We just got to wrap it up and mail it to them. They're going to be sending us a nice bottle of rum. So big shout out to Brutal Wisconsin. Thank you to those guys.
Hell yeah. And also something to stay tuned. Next week on the Beer of the Week, we received a present from a family member of ours, which is basically a beer grid that has a bottle opener at the top and then has nails so the the bottle cap bounces in between the caps and lands in a section where it's like
Yeah, it's like take a shot, do a dance,
chug a beer. So it'll add a little spice to our beer of the week. So we got cool things like that. So shout out to our wonderful listener who gave us that present.
Yeah. Yes.
And, happy fucking New Year,
Happy
man.
New Year, man.
Merry Christmas.
2021. Merry Christmas.
I think, and I'm gonna say this hands down, just the way this is probably the best episode I've ever been a part of.
You think so?
This was a fantastic.
I think every week we get a little bit better, honestly.
I think we do, man. And next week you guys can stay tuned for hopefully a finished stew table.
Yeah.
I purchased our very first Hold Us Accountable merch, and hopefully next week or in the couple weeks I'll be able to unveil Max's brand new Hold Us Accountable hat to wear.
We'll be able to unveil both of them. Did you post about that one yet?
Nothing was seen on that.
So once we get the second one, we'll post them both up, because you keep talking up the second hat, but that first one, I know it's simple, but I love it.
It's okay. So it's totally up to you. So it's your pick. I just claimed this because I thought this was the one you weren't going to want, but it turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
Cool. Dude, I love that color green. That's a really nice color green.
So you get to I think you'll be very, very pleased at I'm like so stoked to get the next one. So yeah, so we got we'll have some table updates. Next week we'll probably be able to talk about our next Packer game.
We'll know
who we're playing. Yeah, dude.
It's either gonna be Buccaneers or Bears. Probably one of those two.
Saints and Bears. Buccaneers play
the Redskins.
The Redskins.
Or the Washington football team.
Yep.
Yeah.
So goddamn.
That's that. For next week we just got to make sure also to talk about the deprivation tank. We gotta hit
Max.
That. We'll talk about more of that
next week,
because there's some things we can do with it.
Okay.
So we'll get into that next week. I completely forgot to bring that up. I was gonna talk about it at the beginning, but I just forgot.
That's okay.
So we'll talk about it next week. We'll get into it. We got some ideas, some things we can do with it. Hell yeah, man.
This is episode
Good
15.
Show. Episode 15.
Happy New
In
Year's.
the books, 2021. Starting it off right. Starting it off tight.
Man.
Getting it going. Getting it in the mood. Getting it flowing. You know how it is. Episode 15.
Dude,
Let's
I
go.
hope everybody had a fantastic New Year's. Merry Christmas. We can't wait to talk to you guys on episode 16. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 15 of Hold Us Accountable.
Thank you for tuning in. I know your time is valuable. There's thousands of other podcasts that you could have settled for, but now you're just vibing with two goofy dudes from Wisconsin who like to discuss their problems and figure out ways to solve them, and challenge the listeners to get up out of their comfort zone. Try some shit they ain't done before. This is Hold Us Accountable. Yeah, this is Hold Us Accountable. Yeah, this is Hold Us Accountable. This is Hold Us Accountable. This is Hold Us Accountable. Hold Us Accountable, yeah. Hold Us Accountable.